As much as I hate to be inconsistent, unfortunately you will not be seeing me in this movie review as appearances are not up to par currently. And for that, I apologize. This is a spoiler-free review, by the way. So, Justice League is directed by Zack Snyder, and I think it's safe to say secretly by Joss Whedon. And this movie tells the tale of Batman bringing together a team when Steppenwolf arrives with an insidious plan to change the world. Of course, you know who this team is Batman's trying to put together. It consists of Aquaman, Flash, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg. Right off the bat, and because I know you would want to know right away what this movie is like, I'm going to be hands down 100% honest with you. This is a fun little movie that you know you're going to see eventually, and it goes where it needs to go, does what it needs to do, and by the end of the day, you've heard what's happened here. Zack had a vision and was going all out for it, then tragedy struck for him and his family, and he had to step down. Joss Whedon came in and saw what was going on and went, let's take it back a notch. That feels like 4 notches back. At least this movie looks a lot more comic bookish. It looks reshot in a lot of areas. The CGI is a bit ugly in some points, but it's really all forgivable for 2 reasons. One, you've already made up your mind and will either see it anyway and be critical over it, or just all in all have fun non-critically. 2, you understand what happened behind the scenes, and with this kind of movie, you understand that you can't help when tragedy strikes anymore when you bring in a character developing, I know how to fix this because I'm a well-respected director and writer, Joss Whedon. Honestly, guys, where I think he helped in this film, he really messed up a few things as well. The reshoots are really extensive, and I had an eye for most of what happened in the trailers and what we ended up not seeing. I hate to say it, but when I decided to try my hand at this concept of trailer to film, I wanted to tell you when and if the trailers were lying to you and the experience that you were going to receive. After 4 trailers and all the fun in the world getting behind the musical beats and recreating new trailers in the same vein as these trailers made, I can tell you, this movie is nothing like the trailers, unfortunately. Because of the tragedies, the rewrites, the reshoots, this movie is kind of its own thing. Not nearly dramatically impactful, rushed, clumsy in points, and if I had to say anything, I'm rather disappointed. Not that I didn't walk out of it liking it, I just wish not so many scenes were cut out that I didn't think wouldn't be tonally conflicting. So many scenes are now no longer in that film that you saw in the trailers. If I were to mention them all, it would be considered spoilers, but if you want to know, I'll mention them by the end of the video. Trying to think of what to say based off the concept I created only depressed me as I felt like I was just going to forgo the whole trailer to film, because a lot would be considered spoilers. So while I can't tell you yet what wasn't in the film, I can tell you what was. And the 3 scenes in my mind that I absolutely loved were these. When Bruce meets Barry Allen, this scene is probably just enough introduction for him to be likable. The exchange between Bruce and Barry is hilarious and still funny even after watching the scene in full than the condensed version in the trailer. Pretty much anything with Barry you see in this is gold because he was easily the funniest thing in this movie. And of course, when Steppenwolf arrives in Themyscira, it's not only the first introduction to the main villain, but also a new plot thread that expands the world of the Amazonian warriors, which I thought was really cool. Now, while I say Steppenwolf was a weak character, he served his purpose by going for what he wanted, and he just didn't realize there would be an uprising of superheroes behind him. Lastly, I really enjoyed the characters. Every scene you see them in the trailers, I wholeheartedly believe they were at their A game. Reshoots or not. Flash was beyond a doubt a great addition, especially with humor. Aquaman was a little underutilized. Well, you understand there's more to him than just looking cool and stabbing things with his trident, but for right now, that's what you get. Batman is now at a different point in his life. A lot of what he did in BVS, he sort of regrets. So now you're seeing a different take on his character. And I liked it. It's addressed, and it's really wonderful to see because it's the Batman we know and wanted to see. Wonder Woman. Do I need to say any more? Yes? Okay. She's amazing. She has a crucial part to play in this. I love her character, I love the movie, and I love her in this. She's fantastic. In the end, I walked away liking this film, albeit a bit disappointed because of everything that we could have seen, and didn't see. But I enjoyed what we got. This isn't a correction course any more than it is a step in the right direction. All in all, I liked Justice League and will of course own it on Blu-ray, but by no means do you need to rush out and see this or get this when it does come out. And with that said, I will always want to know what you think, and keep in mind, your opinion matters here too, so comment below and let me know. With all that said, I'm briefly going to go into some of the spoilers as to what scenes were not in the movie, and we're going to talk about a certain someone in the Justice League. Okay, here is a montage of all the things that you did not see in the movie.
The others, where are they? He's a cyborg.
You should probably move.
Again.
It has to.
Shall we?
No lanterns. No Kryptonian. This world will fall.
You said you'd come. Now let's hope you're not too late.
I'll take that as a yes.
What?
The ring.
We are now in the spoiler side of the review, and to talk about Superman, well, I loved how they brought him back. I love how there was a rewrite for his character, and we got to see a Superman we always wanted. A less stoic, less brooding, and a lot like the Superman we know and love. But he was underutilized. His resurrection was cool, but didn't amount to much after a point. I liked seeing him, but I wish it was done a bit better. The exchange between Superman and Batman was actually pretty funny, and when he said, "I know you didn't bring me back because you liked me," adds further awkwardness when Batman goes, "I don't not like you." And I just thought that was perfect. In the end, Superman was back, but there wasn't a big deal behind it except for us and the Justice League. But it adds weight to this shot, which I now wholeheartedly love, as to knowing what that shot means. They were looking upon Superman. Like I said, I loved a good portion of it. I liked a lot of stuff, but hated what was taken out for the sake of time, pacing, and tone. I'd say check it out, but don't expect anything groundbreaking. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, share, and comment, and while you're at it, if you can, please subscribe. And for that, I will be getting you more videos in the future.